So the wrestling world is reeling from the surprise appearance of wrestling legend Sting on this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. Sting appeared during a beatdown of Cody Rhodes by Team Taz, forcing Team Taz to flee the ring in fright. The Icon then stared down Cody, Darby, and Arn Anderson before strolling out of the ring. No expenses was spared with Sting's entrance, which included eerie winter scene shots and fake snow. Sting appeared in his classic garb with the crow makeup, trench coat, and yielding, of course, his trusty bat. I wonder what Chris Jericho has to say about that. Afterwards, the commentary team mentioned that Sting has signed a multi-year deal with AEW. Next week, on the December 9th episode of Dynamite, Sting will speak out. Now, back in October, Sting's merchandise was removed from the official WWE store, prompting rumors of his arrival in AEW. Sting last appeared on TNT 19 years ago during the final days of WCW wrestling. Shocking. Fans are super excited about Sting arriving. The press release, we got it straight from AEW. It says, quote, "Winter is coming," was already guaranteed to be the biggest episode of AEW Dynamite yet. Totally agree with that. But on a night packed with tremendous clashes, the debut of wrestling legend Sting took the world by surprise. Widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever, Sting's jaw-dropping appearance sent electricity through the crowd at Daly's Place, which was cold there, and throughout the wrestling world when he stepped in the ring. AEW has also confirmed tonight that they have officially signed Sting to a full-time, multi-year agreement. So this doesn't mean, hey, we'll see you later, kind of like Broski, Cody's pal, Zack Ryder. This is actually, he is going to appear a lot. Quote, "The surprise introduction of Sting was a great way to celebrate our biggest episode of Dynamite yet," said Tony Khan, CEO and GM of AEW. "When AEW launched, I was ecstatic to bring wrestling back to TNT after a very long absence. Sting defeated the legendary Ric Flair in the final wrestling match to be shown on TNT for more than 18 years until the debut of Dynamite in 2019. Now, almost 2 decades later, it's such a thrill to welcome Sting to AEW and bring him back home to TNT," close quote. So we're going to have to find out what happens next week. Now, granted, it's being taped tonight on Thursday night. Next week's show is taped, but we will find out what Sting has to say. So we got to tune in to AEW Dynamite next week to see what he's got to say. But this is a fantastic move by AEW. This is a guy that they needed to bring in. I feel like he is that between Arn Anderson and Miro, he's that middle ground that's going to attract a big audience. And it's going to be really interesting to see the ratings going forward now that fans know that Sting is there, especially what are they going to do next week when Sting speaks, what those ratings will be like. But as a fan, this makes you pumped up for not only the next couple months with Sting involved in there, but where all these different angles are going to go and what's he going to do with Darby Allin and so much more. So it was definitely a great night of wrestling fandom. One of the nights that I will remember the most out there. And Sting is in AEW. We talked about it for a while, and now he's officially all elite.